Anne comes to that work through years of being an education lawyer, and she has just put herself to school on the 1868 Constitution and has, as I said, brought it to life in various ways, and she really knows her stuff when it comes to this period. And so for that reason, we asked her to be both moderator and a contributor to this next panel that we're going to hear, which does focus on the period of Tourget's life in which he was in North Carolina. We're calling it A Fool's Errand, Reconstructing the Narrative of Freedom in North Carolina. And we're going to focus on Tourget's time as a lawyer, judge, public servant, and novelist in Reconstruction, North Carolina. Thank you, Anne.
Well, I'm really looking forward, actually, to hearing from our other panelists. And as I was listening this morning, and even some of Sally's remarks at the beginning, starting with who you are, I think it's really fascinating, the mix of people here. And so I imagine that some of you are already Tourget followers, a part of the cult, and some of you are wondering if you want to join this cult or not. And if you're like me, there is I find I have a limited amount of brain space. So I find that when I go to things now, it's like, well, is this something I'm going to hold on to? Or once I leave, is that kind of checked out of my brain? And so for this panel today, what I'm really hoping is that there will be something here that at minimum, when you leave today, you share it with someone that you see over the weekend, something interesting that you heard. Or for those of you who are lawyers, it might make you think a little bit more about the 1868 Constitution or the role of state constitutions. And for all of us, I think this idea of how we connect into the stories of other people's lives, and Albion Tourget is this remarkable and complex individual and what that brings to all of us. So that's what I see as the purpose of this panel, is that you have a really interesting group of people up here who can offer different perspectives, so that as you're kind of shopping in your mind of what matters to you, this is a really great chance to be exposed to some more ways to think about Albion Tourget. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start by asking each of the panelists to just give you a little bit of a window into why Albion Tourget is someone that they have followed and why he matters to them, and then get them to tell you a little bit more about their particular area so that you can get a little bit more hooked onto Albion Tourget. And so I'd like to start at the end of the table with Judge Hunter, and Court of Appeals Justice, and many of you I suspect know. So Judge Hunter, if you could just say a little bit about how you got interested in Albion Tourget and how it relates to you.
Sure. In the 1980s, I became interested in election law, and one of the things that I had tried to change, since, or thought was wrong to change, was the manner in which we elected Superior Court judges in North Carolina from about 1900 to 1994.